Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Grand Rising. Let me fix this up a little bit right here. Grand Rising familia. Hope everybody is having a blessed day. Excited to be here with all of you. What's up, my guy? How you feeling, brother? Let me spread the word real quick for us so we can get this call rocking. Sorry, sorry for the late start. My laptop was making me update something as I was trying to go live. It wasn't letting me go live. So I had to fix something really fast, but we're here. I'm excited. It's about to be a good day. It's about to be a good call. Let me just spread the word real quick so we could get this call rocking. Thank you guys for being here early. I appreciate y'all. You know what? I'll play something in the meantime. So that way we're not just sitting here in silence while I set everything up, because I don't have the thing that covers my camera. So let me play something for us.
That's all I need to earn $1 million. That's it, just a pen. When the Maharishi decided to take TM to the world, one of his close advisors said, this is going to cost a lot of money. Where are you going to get the money for this? Where's it going to come from? He said, wherever it is right now. And you know, if you can burn that idea in your mind, whenever you need something, it's already here. You just have to get in harmony with it. And when you get in harmony with it, everything starts happening. When you go to leave something, the only thing you can measure is what you're giving up. You can't measure what you're going to get. I thought that was a pretty interesting concept. When you walk away from something, all you can measure is what you're giving up. You cannot measure what you're going to get. It's learning simple little things that make a great big difference. You want to take whatever's big and make it small. Start reducing it to the ridiculous. You got to get rid of this fear jazz, because fear is just the improper use of your imagination. That's really all it is. And if the idea scares you, you know real well you're on the right track. See, if the idea you're working with is comfortable, you're going sideways. There's no growth involved. It's the stepping into the unknown that causes the fear. We don't want to do that. And then, because we don't want to do it, we've got to justify why we're not doing it. Well, the paradigm just starts pumping ideas into your head of why you shouldn't do it. You start thinking, what would she think? What would he think? What would they say? What if this happened? What if that happened? Well, what if it did? You've got to be prepared to make some shifts. And understand this. If your results are stuck, you're stuck. You're mentally stuck. And you've got to change that. You've got to start doing things a little different. I have learned this from a good doctor, what I'm sharing with you. There's no trick to it. I am not some mental giant or genius. I'm an ordinary guy just like you. But you've got a perfect memory. There's nothing wrong with your memory. It's probably weak. Exercise it, it becomes strong. Exercise your imagination, it'll become strong. You have no idea what you can earn. And don't get hung up on money. I don't really care that much about money.
I talk about it, but I don't care about it. All right, let's get today's call started, guys. Just setting everything up. Like I said, I don't have the little thing that covers my camera, so usually at this time I'm setting everything up. I'm getting everything organized. But yeah, man, this camera's insane. I still can't get enough of how great it all looks, but I'm so grateful. That's why it's worth to, invest back into yourself and into your business. And I'm also going to be investing into getting my whole office redone. I'm gonna get everything reorganized in here. This is an old setup with the plants, and even though I'm grateful for it, I want to get a new setup ready here. But I'm excited to be here. Yes, 2026. Stephanie's on here. What's up, family? We love to see you. My brother Q's on here. Well, welcome, guys, to Mornings with Nano. My name is Nano. Mornings with Nano. My name is Nano. I'm the host of this call, and I'm super excited to be able to share with you guys some valuable information here on today's call. As you guys know, I do these calls Monday through Fridays. 10:30 a.m. is usually the start time, and I'm always blessed to do this because I've been doing these calls now for about 6.5 years. It's always a blessing. And I like to say I'm very grateful for it all because honestly, the fact that every day I get a chance to jump on a morning call and pour into others is absolutely amazing. And I want to thank you guys so much for your love and your support over the years because it's beautiful what you can do every time you show up. You never know who needs a call. You never know who needs to hear the message. And yesterday's message was so powerful. I had so much feedback on yesterday's message. So many people messaged me on the side, texted me, made sure that everybody, they told me like, yo, I needed yesterday's message. I needed that. I needed to hear that the biggest weight, the heaviest weight that I will carry in life is knowing the person I could be, but not doing the work required. Like I got tagged so many times. There were so many people that watched the recording, and that's what it's all about, right? Being able to help people out, giving people wisdom to grow, to elevate, and just become better versions of themselves. So today I'm excited to teach. Today I'm actually going to be teaching from the Bible. Because as you guys know, I usually love to teach from the Bible at least 2 times a week because I think that the Bible is just such a beautiful place to learn from, right? Bible, the acronym for it is Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. All right. And I learned that very early on that that's what it meant, which is basic instructions before leaving Earth. And I think it's so important to learn from the Bible. And I know we got people here from all different cultures and all different places, but I always say this, I teach from the Bible with respect to what everybody believes in. This is universal. Everybody can learn from what it is that I'm going to teach you guys here today because it's basic information that we all need to understand and we all need to make sure that we comprehend most importantly. All right, guys. So happy birthday, Becky. Thank you so much for hopping on the call during your birthday. That's absolutely amazing. Pray that God continues to give you many more years of life, blessings, prosperity, and just thank you for being a loyal Mornings with Nano student and somebody that jumps on. Let's wish my sister Becky a happy birthday in the chat. I know that you're a real one. You've been here for many years. You're one of the loyal ones that shows up each and every single day, and we're just super grateful for you, sis. So very, very blessed and grateful. I'm gonna turn off the live because it seems like I don't feel like the live is working right now. I don't feel like it's getting spread out. But basic instructions before leaving Earth. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, currently right now, I'm reading Proverbs for, I think, like the 3rd time. As a matter of fact, Stephanie inspired me to read it again because I was talking to her the other day. You don't even know this, Stephanie, but I was talking to Stephanie the other day, and she was telling me how her mentor told her to read Proverbs again. So I had just finished reading one of the books that I was reading here in the Bible. And I was like, okay, what am I going to read next? And I was trying to figure it all out. And I was like, you know what? I remember Stephanie's, her thing came to my mind and she was like, just read Proverbs again. So I was like, all right, I'm going to read Proverbs again. And I read Proverbs at the beginning of my journey. And, it was something that really impacted in me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to read it again. So let's get right into it. So today's chapter was very powerful for me. Love you too, sis. Today's chapter was very powerful for me. So at the top of your paper, let's get started with today's training. Today's training is titled Get Wisdom at Any Cost. It comes from Proverbs 4. All right. Get wisdom at any cost. That is the title of today's training. All right. So from this point moving forward, we are going to start working. We're going to start taking notes. We're going to start, fully paying attention. So 3 quick house rules. House rule number 1 is turn off all devices of distractions. I want you guys fully locked in. House rule number 2 is take notes. I always highly recommend everybody to take notes. And then house rule number 3 is listen with the intention to apply. Very, very valuable for all of us to really understand that, right? So listen with the intention to apply. Give me some 333s in the chat box if you guys are ready for today's training. 333s in the chat box if you're ready for today's training. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Awesome. So here's the key. And I want you guys to write this quote down. Because success is built on decisions, decisions are built on wisdom. I'm going to repeat that. Because success is built on decisions, decisions are built on wisdom. So we got to remember every day we are making decisions. You jumping on this call was a decision. You waking up early is a decision. You building your business is a decision. You making a phone call is a decision. You posting on social media is a decision. So because success is built on decision, let's make sure that our decisions are built on wisdom so that we're making the right decisions. Okay. And this was something that I really loved about today's reading, because get wisdom at any cost. Think about how powerful that is. Think about that title. Let's actually talk about that title really quick. Get wisdom at any cost, which means that you got to be willing to sacrifice for what it is that you want. Because if you don't sacrifice for what you want will become the sacrifice. So we got to sacrifice to get wisdom. What do we got to sacrifice? We got to sacrifice what? Waking up early, which means we got to sacrifice sleep. We got to sacrifice time away from family, friends, things that usually distract us. We got to sacrifice those things. We got to sacrifice money. Remember, money is energy. Money is energy. So energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It could only be what? Transferred. All right. Everything requires a sacrifice. So what I'm going to do here on today's training is I'm going to give you guys the 4 ways for you to be able to get wisdom at any cost. Here are the 4 ways to get wisdom at any cost. Number 1, you got to remember, number 1 is wisdom is more valuable than money, status, and success. That's point number 1. Wisdom is more valuable than money, status, and success. You see, in Proverbs 4, verse 7, in the Bible, it says, wisdom is supreme. Therefore, get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Man, that's so powerful. Let me repeat that verse one more time. Wisdom is supreme. Therefore, get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. That's Proverbs 4, verse 7. You see, most of us, we go out chasing money. We go out chasing status. We go out chasing everything else but wisdom and understanding. One of my favorite quotes of all time says, don't go chasing butterflies, mend the garden, and the butterflies will come. Isn't it beautiful how all these famous quotes, if you look at them, they're all derived from the Bible at one point. If you really think about it, that's what that verse right there is saying, right? If you think about it, that verse is another way of saying get wisdom, right? Because think about it. Listen to the quote. Wisdom is supreme. Therefore, get wisdom. Though it cost all you have, get understanding. Now, think about this. Now, if I say the quote, one of my favorite quotes, which is, don't go chasing butterflies, mend your garden. and the butterflies will come. Realize that. Now, for those that don't know, what do you guys think the garden represents in that quote, in that famous quote that I love? Don't go chasing butterflies, mend your garden, and the butterflies will come. What does the garden represent in that specific quote right there? For those that know or don't know, take a guess at it. What does it represent? Exactly, Anna. It represents your mind. It represents the mind. Exactly, Isabel. It represents the mind. If you mend your mind, the butterflies will come. That's the name of the game. And here's the thing. A lot of people always ask me, well, Nano, why did you start Mornings with Nano? And the reason why I started Mornings with Nano, let me explain this to you guys. A lot of people don't know this. I started this business back in 2017. Now, when I started in 2017, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I had nothing. I was lost in life. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was just completely lost. And because of my current circumstances, I came into my business looking for money. I needed money. I was broke. So I came in here chasing money. Now, what I realized was that the more that I chased money, the more that it kept running away from me. So I came into my business chasing butterflies. And as a matter of fact, let me tell you guys something. Most people fail in business because they come in chasing butterflies, which is the money. They come in chasing the status. They come in chasing the rank. They come in chasing everything. And that was me. So think about this. 2017, I started. And from 2017 to 2019, about a year and a half, because I started towards the end of 2017, I was chasing butterflies, chasing the money, chasing the rank, chasing the status. And I was always just chasing. And what I realized after a very long time, that it wasn't just me doing the same thing, it was everybody around me. And what I realized what no one was doing was that nobody was doing the mindset. And as I started to read all the books, as you guys can see, I have a huge library. Like, this is huge. Like, I have books all over. I have books on my living room. I have books on my nightstand. I have hundreds of books. Like, I'm obsessed with reading. As I started to read, I started to realize that I was chasing the wrong thing. I was chasing butterflies. I wasn't mending my garden. So Mornings with Nano started because I said, yo, everybody is focused on the wrong things. Let me mend my garden. Let me work on myself. Let me seek wisdom. And you know what started to happen as I started to do that? The butterflies started to come to me. The money, the status, the ranks, the people, everything started to come to me the moment I started to mend my garden. But it was something I had to do. And look, the same things. And you know what's the funny part about it? I waited years to read the Bible. The reality of the situation is this. I didn't start reading the Bible till 2023, which was 2 years ago. And everybody would always tell me, yo, Nano, you know that all these books that you read, they all come from the Bible. I used to be like, wait, for real? Like, is that really possible? Can all the books that I read really come from the Bible? And now I'm starting to realize it more and more and more. The more that I read the Bible, the more that I realize that all of it really comes from there. Because think about it. Point number one. Here's what it says. Wisdom is more valuable than money, status, and success. So get wisdom. Because wisdom is what creates wealth. It creates peace, achievement. It helps you with your relationships. It creates favor. It creates longevity. It creates everything that you want and you are looking for. This is why I always preach the morning routine or your personal development routine. This is why I'm always preaching that. Because think about what we're doing in our personal development routine. We're seeking what? Wisdom. I'm seeking wisdom. Right now, I'm reading this book. It's called The 12-Week Year. I'm almost done with it. I'm like 75% done with it. But you know what this book is doing? It's teaching me right before the new year comes around, I'm learning how it is that I'm going to be able to accomplish in 12 weeks, which is 90 days, how I can do that in a short amount of time. So what would usually take me a year to do, I'm going to learn how to do it in 12 weeks. Think about how powerful that is. There's 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to learn what would usually take me 52 weeks. I'm going to learn how to do it in 12 weeks. Think about how powerful that is right there. I'm working on this. I'm reading, I'm studying, I'm understanding why. Why? How do I do it? Explain it to me. Give me the strategy. This person has taught some of the most successful leaders in the world on how to do it. So because I want 2026 to be one of the biggest years of my whole entire life, I got to study. I got to get wisdom. I got to learn. I got to take the time to study the books. All right. This is so important. For example, I was reading a couple days ago. Here's what it says. It was explaining to me that the reason why people fail throughout the year, it says there's common pitfalls that most people have at the beginning of the year. And this is why people don't go out and accomplish their goals. It says here are the common pitfalls. Number one, you don't take the power of vision seriously. You see, right now, my vision for 2026 is so serious. Like, it is as serious as you guys could ever imagine. Like, I'm already in 2026. I'm already planning it. I'm so obsessed with the idea of what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna accomplish. Most people are not taking this serious. Now, for us, I know that if you're on this call, you're taking 2026 serious. Your vision is serious. So you won't have that common pitfall, but most people do. We're not most people. We are the people that are committed. That's why you're on these calls, to learn, to understand, to gain wisdom, to learn, okay, yo, what are the books that successful people are reading? This was recommended to me by a very successful individual. All right. So everything that I read is intentional. I don't just read to read. I read with intention. That's why I'm reading Proverbs right now, because Proverbs is the book of wisdom. It's the book of wisdom. Why am I reading this book right now? Because this book is giving me wisdom on how to have a great year. All right. Since people don't take vision seriously. Number two, all right, the vision isn't meaningful to people. If you don't have a vision that is meaningful for you going into 2026, you have to do something that is meaningful going into 2026. Keep this in mind. All right. Number three, your vision is too small. This is also something that we got to keep in mind. Is your vision small for 2026 or is your vision big? I have a big, big vision for 2026. Huge vision for 2026. It's not too small, because here's what it says. A small vision doesn't call on our best efforts. We don't have to reach and we don't have to sacrifice our comfort. A small vision might be achievable, but we leave our best undelivered. To be most effective, your vision should make you feel uncomfortable and challenge you to do things differently and do things differently. Think about that. So that's why my vision is big. That's why I'm committing to retreats. I'm committing to speaking engagements. I'm committing to writing a book. I'm committing to all these different things. Why? Because my vision is big. I'm going to push myself outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to push myself to get better. I'm going to push myself to build a closer relationship with God. I'm going to push myself to build my community within the Alpha Society community to over 5,000 members. I'm going to push myself in all areas. I have merch coming out in 2026, right? You guys see the nice hoodies, right? This was 2024. I'm coming out with merch in 2026. I didn't do no merch in 2025. 2026, I'm coming back out with it. And the goal is to stay consistent with them and continue to push them out. What am I doing? Pushing myself, getting myself uncomfortable, doing more. I have meetings today. Today, I have meetings for people that are going to help me with my social media content. I said, Nano, we need to be putting out content consistently. Let's hire somebody that we can pay monthly to help you put out your content more consistently. So that way I'm posting 4 to 5 days a week. I'm thinking of all of these things right now, and I'm hiring people, and I'm making phone calls, and I'm doing what's required, and I'm reading the books, and I'm reading the Bible, and I'm journaling my thoughts, and I'm doing what's required. I'm doing it all every single day. Every single day. I'm talking to leaders from across the country. Right now, I'm in big talks with some big leaders out in the Middle East that are going to come and join our Alpha Society community, God willing. Build it up. Help us get to that goal. I am committed. But you know what? Every day I'm getting wisdom. So it says the vision too small. And then the last pitfall says you don't connect your vision to your daily actions. That's so big. That's so big. Each day is an opportunity to either make progress on your vision or tread water. If you work from a plan that is aligned with your vision, you can be sure that you are acting on the most important things every day. Every day. I'm committed, family. I'm committed. Every single day, I'm committed to this. I understand the importance behind all of this. And we got to put ourselves in that position. We have to. Because if we don't, then guess what? It's just another year is going to pass. Another year is going to pass, guys. And we have to understand that. We have to see the vision that we have. And right now, if you're on this call and you're not working on yourself and you're not working on your vision for next year, then you're doing yourself a massive disservice. A massive disservice. Get wisdom. That's point number one. Let's go to point number two. All right. Point number two is wisdom is not learned, it is applied. Wisdom is not learned, it is applied. You see, learning, you get knowledge, but when you apply, it becomes wisdom. So right now, you guys are getting knowledge. This is knowledge that I'm giving you guys. When you apply it, it becomes wisdom. There's a difference. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Right now, you're getting knowledge on this call. Wisdom becomes wisdom when you apply it. Okay? In the Bible, it says, take hold of my words with all your heart. Keep my commands and you will live. So hearing this information doesn't change your life. Applying it does. We always say it. What's the famous quote say? Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. Because you can read all the books. You can attend all the calls, all the events. You can go to church. You can read the Bible. All right. But if it's not applied, it just becomes wasted information. And that's the reality of the situation. That's why I live by this thing. Every time I'm on a call, I live by this thing called ACT. A-C-T. I learned it from John C. Maxwell. What does it say? It says the A is for what am I going to apply from what I learned? What am I going to change from what I learned? And what am I going to teach? So every time I'm on a call, my mind is trained to know that. Yo, what am I going to apply from today? What am I going to apply? Okay, what am I going to change? What you doing? He's so cute. What am I going to change and what am I going to teach? This stuff has to be understood. And it has to be a strategy that you do with everything that you do in the mornings, at events, at retreats. Everywhere you go, what am I going to apply? What am I going to change? What am I going to teach? From yesterday's call was so powerful. Go back and act on it. What am I going to apply from Moneno taught? What am I going to change? What am I going to teach? Because, like I said, wisdom is not learned, it is applied. So we got to apply what we learn. If you've been on my call and you're still not doing a morning routine, then it is just knowledge. If you don't have some kind of routine, it doesn't have to be a morning one. It could be a personal development one. It would all just be a wasted information. Wisdom is not learned, it is applied. That's point number 2. All right. Number 3, this is important. Listen to this. Who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. I'm going to repeat that. Who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. One more time. Who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. See, in the Bible, it says, do not set foot on the path of the wicked. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. That's Proverbs 4, verses 14 and 15. Here's what it says. You see, we got to remember, the wrong circle corrupts wisdom. The right circle accelerates wisdom. And I can tell you guys, this is true. You know why? Because I've been in both. I've been in both. I've been in both circles. I've been in the wrong circles and I've been in the right circles. I've been in the circles where everybody's drinking, smoking, lost in life, figuring things out, doing the wrong things. I've been those. I've been the one leading those circles to call the truth and what it is. But those wrong circles corrupt wisdom. But I've also been in the right circles where they accelerate my wisdom, where God is at the center, where I'm the one that's learning and I'm the one seeing like, yo, nobody here is drinking. No one here is smoking. No one here is talking about girls. No one here is talking about the media or anything. The only thing that's being talked about here is God and how we can serve him. The music that we're listening to is worship music. So we got to understand those things. There's a time and a place for everything, right? There's a time if obviously if we're celebrating something and, people want to have a little drink and, we want to chill, we want to relax. There's a time for that. All right. But we also got to remember, are we in the right circles or are we in the wrong circles? Sometimes the wrong circles can corrupt us and they can corrupt the wisdom that we learned. Because I've been in those wrong circles many times. That's why I always do my best to create the best circles around me. I'm not perfect, obviously, but I do my best to always create the right circles, to accelerate wisdom, to help people understand the right things. I get it. People have their ways. So I always accept people in and I let them know, like, yo, look, this is how we do things here. I don't judge. You know why? Because I used to be part of those wrong circles too. So I'm able to bring people in and guide them. Like, yo, look, this is how we do things here. We do things controlled. We put God at the center. We ask for forgiveness. We give people grace. I understand these things because had somebody not given me the grace, I would have never understood the power of the right circle. This is so important. Somebody gave me grace one day and they allowed me into the right circle. So I give people grace when they're coming from the wrong circle into the right circle. And this is so important. All right, guys. So make sure that if you're on this call, that you're recognizing who you're around. Who are you around? Because listen to the quote, who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. Who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. Surround yourself with the people who live the wisdom that you want. Healthy marriages, They have financial discipline, they have spiritual maturity, they have leadership integrity, etc. Angel asked me on Instagram, he said, what if you're around both? I'm around both. Do your best to spend more time with the healthy circles. That would be my best advice. But here's the thing. When you get around, and this is something that I do a lot, when you get around the wrong circle, encourage them to come to the right circle, because that's what I do. I have both circles in my life. I can't avoid them. It's not like everybody I hang out with is super locked in and plugged into the wisdom and putting God first. I know that. I understand that. I know that not everybody is on the same path as me, and I have grace with people. I'm so grateful that I'm not the type of person that because I'm building my relationship with God and I read and that I think I'm better than everybody. I don't like that. I honestly, God forgive me, but I really dislike when people do that. That they think that just because they're on their walk and they read now and they do these things that they're better than everybody. I don't do that. I don't forget where I came from because I understand them. I remember when I was lost. I remember when I was confused. So I always do my best to bring those people over here. Yo, look, bro, read this book. I'll buy them the book. Like, I'll literally buy them the book. Yo, give me your address. I'll be right there in front of them. Yo, let me buy you this book real quick. And this book has helped me out so much, bro. You need this book. You need to start reading this book. Boom, I'll buy them the book. Yo, I started reading this Bible, bro. It's called Every Man's Bible. It'll help you understand things so much more. Here, it helped me. It's going to help you. I'll buy them the Bible. Read it. If I buy you this, can you commit to reading 1 Proverbs a day? It is what it is. I get it. I was there once. So I always tell people, and this goes back to you, Angel, when you're in both circles, spend more time in the right circle. All right. Spend more time here. But when you go spend time in those other circles, be the source and be the light in that circle, because that's what God wants us to do. I'm in those circles and I'm the one talking to them. I'm talking to them. Yo, we gotta invest. We gotta work on ourselves. I've been there before. Guys, when I'm in the hood, guys, I grew up in Washington Heights, right? I grew up in the hood. Everybody that I grew up with, they all drink, they smoke, they gamble, everything. Yo, I'll go in the hood with them. I'll gamble with them. But I'm talking wisdom. Yo, you guys gotta, like, I get it. We're doing this right now. Like, we're playing some dices, but we got to be working on ourselves. We got to be thinking about how we're going to elevate our lives, how we're going to move out of here. You think our parents want to live here forever? How are we going to retire our parents? I'll have a drink with them. No problem. Pour me up one, bro. Let's talk. Yo, we got to do so and so and so. I'm always the one giving wisdom, giving light, making sure that people understand these things. All right? Because it took for somebody to do it for me. And you know what's funny? I've been able to save so many people because of that. I've been able to save so many people because of that. Because I don't go in there and act like I'm better than them. I go in there like I'm one of them. But they realize, the other day, one of my guys texted me. He said, Nano, you know what I respect the most about you, bro? That you never forget where you came from. You'll come to the hood. You'll chill with us. You'll have a drink with us. You'll come to the block. You'll hang out in the corner with us. But every time you're here, bro, there's never been a time that you're not speaking words of wisdom to us and encouraging us to get out of the hood and make us better and etc. One of my boys literally texted me that the other day. Because we grew up in the hood. He was like, yo, you're the inspiration in the hood right now, bro. Because we see your Instagram every single day. You wake up with palm trees and the sun and your pool and you walk your dog and you live this amazing life. Here we wake up and there's drugs being sold on every corner, homeless people, needles on the floor. We're stressed. We got the winter blues, etc. But he was like, you are inspiration, bro, because a couple years ago, you was on these blocks with us. But you don't judge us. You don't think you're better than us. You come back to the hood and And it's like it's like the same Neno that we once knew. You're not wearing no jewelry. There's no nothing. It's just we could just tell, bro, that you genuinely want to help us. And I've been able to help so many of my friends get out of those circles, and now I'm getting them into the right circles. I'm inviting them, yo, come to my retreats. Come meet the right people. I'm encouraging them, yo, go to church. Every day, I wish I could show you guys my text messages with my day ones. I may be able to show it to you guys. Let me see, because I have my thing right here, day ones. Oh, I can't. It's not updated yet. That's why it's not all of them transferred. I was going to show it to you guys. Every day, I'm dropping videos in here. Every single day. In my messages with my friends, every day I'm dropping videos in here. Yo, watch this. A lot of them, they drive Uber. Yo, while you're driving in your Uber, listen to this. Listen to this. Buy this book. Come to this event. My retreat is on this day. Yo, start saving up the money for it. Because we have to be the people that understand that even though we're on our path, we have to go save as many as we can. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm saving as many as I can. Because guys, I don't know if you guys know this or if you guys have recognized this, but most people around us are lost. They have no purpose. They have no vision. They have no wisdom. They have no relationship with God. Every single day, they're just escaping from their reality. They don't know. And the thing is, they don't know that they don't know. They don't know that they don't know. It's our job to be that light in other people's lives. It's our job to help those people. If you're spending time in the right circles, for example, this is the right circle right here. Even though it's a digital circle that we get a chance to jump on, there's hundreds of people on the call right now. This is our own circle right here. Here on this circle, we accelerate wisdom. But what we got to do is we got to take this wisdom and bring it back to our people. Yo, today I learned that we got to get wisdom at any cost. Yo, today Neno talked about this book. It's called The 12-Week Year. Give me your address. I'm going to buy it for you for Christmas. I want you to start reading some more. Neno talked about yesterday on the call how the heaviest weight we're going to carry is knowing the person that we could become, but not doing the work necessary. Are you carrying that heavy weight too, bro? Let's talk about that. Let's mastermind on that idea. How many of us are carrying that wisdom? As a matter of fact, let me send you the YouTube link. Why don't you jump on and listen? Help others, guys. Help others. We are the light. We are the disciples. We are the people that are here to help other people. And guess what? Some people are not going to listen. But the more you plant that seed and the more you water it. Bro, I have 6 years telling some of my friends the same thing. Still haven't listened. I pray that one day it just clicks for them. But I have 5-6 years telling people the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Over and over and over and over again. I buy them books and the books are sitting on their shelves. I send them videos, they still haven't watched them. I bought them books, they still haven't read them. I invited them to events, they never bought the tickets, but you know what? I'm always there. I'm always there. What books do you recommend in Spanish? Los Cuatro Acuerdos. Phenomenal book. It's the 4 Agreements in Spanish. Los Cuatro Acuerdos. How can you help someone that works at draining environments, for example, someone that is a police officer? It's tough, Anna. You know, it's one of those things that you just got to find a way. You know, they say that there's more than one way up the mountain. You got to find a way. Bring them to an event. Invite them to a retreat. Trick them into something. Buy them the ticket. Buy them the ticket. Buy them something. Find a way. There has to be a way to help our people. You know, I haven't given up on my friends in years. Think about it. I haven't given up on friends of mine for over 6 years. I still plant the seed. I still, till yesterday, just yesterday, I was sending them messages on, yo, here's a YouTube video you got to watch on how to get rich. Listen to this. I'm sending them reels on the importance of learning and understanding. I'm sending them mornings with Nano every single day, every single day. I just keep planting the seed because I hope that one day it just clicks. I don't want to be the person that just walks away from my people and I never help them. I want to be the person that went the right path and came back to help his people. I want to help as many of my people because it doesn't feel good if I go and do it and all my people stay behind. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good in my spirit. Right? Imagine if you go and become this amazing, successful person. You're making all the money. You're at peace. You have a great relationship with God. You got God's favor in your life. And then all your people are stuck. I mean, the reality of it is, let me tell you guys something. And it's a tough pill to swallow. It is going to happen to some people. But do your best to save as many as you can. Do your best to save as many as you can. Because one thing they can never say is, yo, you know what? Nano never helped me. Nano never gave me a book. Nano never invited me. And Nano never did anything to help us. They'll never be able to say that. And I'm okay with that. They'll never be able to say that about me because I know I did everything in my power to help people. I did mornings with Nano every day for 6 years. Whether they hopped on or not is up to them. But I poured in wisdom every single day. Why? Because I understand the importance of helping others. Help your parents. I bought my parents books. I bought my parents Rich Dad Poor Dad in Spanish. You know, like I'm always finding ways to help other people. Even your parents, even your friends, even your brother. You know, yesterday I see my sister Bianca's on this call, you know, and she tells me, she calls me and she's like, yo, I want to help my brother join the business. You know, he's lost. He don't really know what he wants in life. He's still trying to figure himself out. Do you mind jumping on a call with him? I'm like, of course. Let's jump on a call with him. Let's help him. Let's see if he joins the business. Now, he's in a different stage in his life and he didn't join the business yesterday, but you know what? We planted the seed. We planted the seed yesterday. We'll talk to him again another day and another day and another day. And then one day, guess what? He'll join the business. But yeah, we're not going to give up on him yet. We're going to keep pushing that seed because right now he's in the wrong circle. And me and Bianca, we're in the right circle. So we want to take him from the wrong circle to the right circle because even Bianca was telling me, yo, I used to be a part of the wrong circle. I was in the wrong circle before. Now Bianca's in the right circle. She like, yo, I want to help as many of my people that are in the wrong circle come over to the right circle because she sees how much better this circle is. So you want to be able to do that, family. It's very important. So going back to it, when you walk with, who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. Who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. And I'm always going to tell you guys, surround yourself with the right people. One of my favorite quotes my mentor told me, he said, Nano, he said, you're spending 3 hours with people you should be spending 30 minutes with. And you're spending 30 minutes with people that you should be spending 3 hours with. Let that hit you real quick. I'm going to repeat it. We spend 30 minutes with people that we should be spending 3 hours with. And then we spend 3 hours with people that we should be only spending 30 minutes with. Nano, explain that. Let me explain it to you guys. We spend 3 hours with people we should only be spending 30 minutes with. Who is that? Think about this. I want you guys to answer this question. Who am I talking about here? We are spending 3 hours with people that we should only be spending 30 minutes with. Who am I referring to in the chat? Let's see who actually understands this quote. Negative people, yes, for sure. What else? We're spending 3 hours with people that we should only be spending 30 minutes with. The toxic people, low frequency environments, exactly. Negative friends, negative family members, anyone not with a vision, exactly. The wrong people, bad company. The ones that take from your vision and don't see it and are not not in pursuit, the wrong circle, exactly. Anyone that's not lifting us, all right? So, and think about it. We do that a lot, right? I used to do it all the time. That's why I moved from my hometown, because I used to do it all the time. So we're spending 3 hours with people that we should be spending 30 minutes with. And then here's the next one. We spend 30 minutes with people that we should be spending 3 hours with. Who am I talking to here? Who am I referring to here? We're spending 30 minutes with people that we should be spending 3 hours with. What kind of people am I talking about now? Exactly, Eugene. These are mentors. This is the right circle. This is your church group. Yes, Claudia, your Alpha Society community, the high energy people, leaders, people at retreats, mornings with Nano community, people that stretch you and teach you positively, right? High frequency people, exactly. You guys get the point. You guys understand. That's the key. God, absolutely. People who hold you accountable. Yes, people you want to learn with, godly people. Amen. So this is all very important. Keep this in mind. So that's number 3. And then last but not least, number 4, point number 4 says, wisdom builds a path and protects your future. Wisdom builds a path and it protects your future. In the Bible, God says, I guide you in the way of wisdom and lead you along the straight paths. Wisdom is not just for today's decision, it's for tomorrow's harvest. All the work that we're doing right now, this is setting us up for 2026. This call right here, the call I've done to the call I did yesterday and the call I did today is setting us up for the future. If somebody's on this call and they take what I'm saying serious and they say, you know what, Nano, you're right. I need to be reading more. I need to be waking up earlier. I need to be doing more. I need to be spending 3 hours with the right people. I need to be spending more time in the right circles. You know what, Nano? I'm going to be at one of the retreats in 2026. I highly recommend everybody that's on this call. You guys are a part of my family. Please make sure that you make it a priority as one of your budgets for 2026 to be at one of the retreats. Do not miss the retreats next year. The retreats next year are going to be next level. And you know what that is? That's all high level environments. We're going to have fun. We're going to travel. We're going to put God first. We're going to do amazing things at these retreats. The next location is absolutely insane. Insane. It's going to be hard to top the next one for sure. Yesterday, we finished up the excursions, yachts. Oh my God, like food, everything. But you can ask the people that came to the retreat in El Salvador. Every morning, we were in prayer. We were in Bible study. We were praying before our food. It was a beautiful environment. We were talking about God and what God, the testimonies and how grateful we were. And we were in meditation and we were reading and we were. So when it was serious, it was serious. We healed. We became better. We became family. And then we also had fun. We had our margaritas by the pool. We shared stories. We traveled. We did excursions. We did hikes. We did all these great things. We went to the gym. We did cold plunges. We did saunas. We did all these things. Facing fears, jumping off a freaking, we were jumping off this cliff into the water. It was gorgeous, bro. It was incredible. And we're going to do it again, but in a different country. The only thing is that this country is just a little bit more expensive than El Salvador. but it's going to be worth it. It's an investment. You can ask everybody that came to El Salvador. After you leave there, you're like, the money was worth every dollar. It was worth it. It's an experience that you will never forget. Me, Susan, Anna, and there's a couple of other of us that are here that went to El Salvador. Me, Susan, Anna, they know we're brothers and sisters for life because we did this ceremony out there. But we'll be 80 years old, 90 years old, telling our kids about that retreat. Yo, I remember when we first went to El Salvador, man. That's an experience we'll never forget. And I want to do it with us. I do this for us. You know, I do this for us. Isabel was the life of the party. I never forget Isabel. Isabel is invited to every family party for life. You know, Isabel is the life of the party. You know, I didn't even know Isabel. Guys, it's so crazy. You take people from you take people from, you know, we're here on YouTube and Instagram and we see each other, and then you finally meet people in person. First time I meet Isabel in person, and I figure out that Isabel is the life of the party. You know, you see her there. Her name is Isabel Gomez 8046. And I just see the names. But now she's like my sister. Like she's my sister for life, like my Puerto Rican sister. Like I can't wait to go out to the next retreat. I can't wait for her to be at the next one. And she became my family. Like she's my family now. Like I literally consider her my sister now. Somebody that was just and with all respect, right? She was just a name in the chat box. She went from being a name in the chat to family in my heart. That's what those retreats are for. And that's why I'm so grateful that we're doing those. So I'm grateful that, you know, we get a chance to do that. But this is what life is all about. My brother Chris is here too, right? We have a couple of people, right? That's what this life is all about. So remember, guys, this is the name of the game. Wisdom builds a path and protects your future. Wisdom builds a path and it protects your future. What we're doing right now is we are setting every single one of us up for the future. And put yourself in those rooms. Put yourself in those environments that everybody's growing, everybody's elevating, everybody's putting God first, everybody's in their faith, everybody's doing what's required to become the best version of themselves, fam. So those are the 4 points when it comes to get wisdom at any cost. We said number 1, wisdom is more valuable than money, status, and success. We said number 2, wisdom is not learned, it is applied. We said number 3, who you walk with determines what wisdom you walk in. And then last but not least, number 4, wisdom builds a path and protects your future. All right, guys. So I hope you guys got a lot of value from today's call. Put a 444 in the chat if you guys got value from today's call. I'm just so excited about this, and it's amazing. Let me see you into dinner. Yeah, there you go, Anna. You should keep doing that at least once a year. Once a year is amazing. I recommend everybody to do it once a year for sure. Because it's just we need it. You know, they say that if you don't travel the world and you don't see the world, you live your whole life on the same page. Yeah, recap I'm hoping to drop it today or tomorrow. There was just a lot of edits that had to be made. So, you know, it takes time with these edits, but should be dropping today or tomorrow. And what I'm hoping for, if God aligns it, I'm going to be dropping a wait list, and then we're going to be sharing the next retreat next week. So get ready. It's about to get real. I want to make sure that we at least get everybody locked in before the end of the year. There's going to be people's Christmas presents. When people ask you, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Hey, I just need the deposit for the retreat as my Christmas present. It'll be the best Christmas present you ever get for sure. And this next retreat I'm going to be able to allow a lot more people. We have a bigger spot, so it's going to be anywhere between 20. I'm shooting for 25 people, 25 maybe. The max we could have is 30 though, but 25 for sure people that we can have at the retreat at this next one, guys. So last one we did like 17. So we're probably going to be able to get a little bigger one because I have my people from the last retreat that are going to want to come to this retreat. So it's going to be, it is international. Yes, it is international. South America, to be exact. So get ready. Big things coming. I'm excited for it. But with that being said, guys, that wraps up today's training. I'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. I pray you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And remember, most importantly, go seek wisdom. Go seek wisdom. Not Colombia. You'll know soon. You'll know soon, Eugene. Don't worry, brother. You'll be one of the first to know. Before the world knows, you will know. But it's going to be a good one, and I'm really, really excited to see all of us grow. I want to see all of us seek wisdom, but most importantly, apply the wisdom. So God bless all of you. I pray you guys all have a beautiful rest of your days, and I will make sure that we will see each other here tomorrow. Quick little prayer, and then we'll end the call right there. Quick prayer. Everybody bow their heads. Let's pray. Father God, just want to say thank you so much on behalf of the whole entire community for waking us up on this beautiful Thursday morning. We're also blessed for all the wisdom that you continue to pour into us each and every single day. We want to thank you for healing us. We want to thank you for forgiving us. We want to thank you for giving us the path that we can walk on, but also for giving us the strength to go back and help and save as many of our people. We're so grateful for everything that you're doing for us each and every single day, God. And we see the work that you're doing. And we want to thank you for the work that you're putting in overtime for each and every single one of us, Father. We're going to continue to put in the work. We're going to continue to seek wisdom. We're going to continue to apply the information because we do want to be the example we want to see in the rest of the world. We want to continue to build the kingdom, and we want to continue to be an example of you, God. So thank you so much for being here for us. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for this amazing community that puts you first. And we're just so, so grateful for it all. Everything we do is for your grace and for your glory, God. We love you and we appreciate you. In God's name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. God bless. God bless you all, family. Thank you so much for hopping on. And let's get it rocking. It's going to be a good one. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. And let's keep growing. Stay up, stay tuned. Got some big announcements coming here shortly, fam. God bless you all.